Hi, and welcome to Happy Fisherman Adventures.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.
Well, in today's episode, we are going to see some adventures that we had in the past month.
Well, first, we bought a paddleboard. I did. I managed to go on it, but mainly Mima and Puppy. Chiquita was really happy
She's loving it.
Well, just to be outside there. So they were doing a little bit of that, obviously on a hot day. But we also have another addition to the family. We got a little polycraft that, we decided to go rivers, lakes, and do some other stuff if we can. Also, something very light that Mima can actually launch on her own and catch some fish.
And yet, he pinches my polycraft and goes fishing without me.
And guess who catches the fish?
Only because we put petrol for him.
Yes, we will get to that. Let's get to that. Yeah.
All right.
First, let's see the fun that you can have with a paddleboard. So we bought a paddleboard. All you need is someone to pump it up for you and then have some fun. So let's just have a quick shot of Mima's paddleboard. As you can see, paddleboarding starts by finding someone to pump up the paddleboard for you. Then, of course, you take it to the water. And Chiquita couldn't wait for this experience. Mima pretty quick got ready, and then Chiquita in no time jumped on it and off they go. Paddleboard, it's a lot of fun, but to stand up, you have to do some practice. I suggest that you use it a bit just by being on your knees, so you can get used to it. And then, when you get the feel, then try to stand up. It's not an easy task and you may fall a few times in the water, but hey, it's all fun. Well, pretty quick, Mima managed to actually stand up and use it properly, and she absolutely loves it. Also, Chiquita was quite proud to be part of all this fun. If you never did this, I suggest you try it. But don't go on the windy days because you may end up on the other side of the bay.
Well, I'm not the only person that enjoyed paddleboarding. With me, I had my friend Sue. She came, she had a go, and she loved it, and she ended up buying one for herself. Then, a bit later, Tibi had a go at it, and yeah, he did all right.
Listen to her. I did good. Come on. And then what we did, because obviously you can use the paddleboard on a warm weather, hot weather, whatever, but we want to get some fish. So we end up getting a polycraft. I had Andrew Westlake. Andrew came to work. He had a little Tuffy and he showed me and he said, Tibi, if you want Mima to handle something simple and very light, you can't really damage it, very stable, get something like that. So we looked for Tuffy. Instead, we found a Challenger, and that was all the way in Burnsdale. So we drove out all the way there, and we met Kim, John, Andrew. What a beautiful family. They run boats and more. They run the business. It's a family business. And they did anything possible just to make us happy. So that's, I can't give him more compliments. Then we end up in Nicholson River, me, Mima, and Jerry.
Yes, we launched at Nicholson River. We had some fun. The boat did well. And to be honest, as soon as I saw the color of the boat, I just fell in love with it. I had to have it. It's perfect color.
So it's the color, it's not the boat. Let's watch this video. Well, after a 6-hour drive, we end up in Burnsdale. Boats and more. Family business with lots of things to share.
Yes. The light spot is very, very underrated. It's man-made. It's not meant to be there. Yeah, the natural bar was closed up probably 100 years or so ago, before they had Lakes entrance, and then they dug in that bar at Lakes, but it's constantly trying to fill itself in. It's not natural.
John, Kim, and Andrew were so helpful that made our buying experience very pleasant. So in no time, here we are at Nicholson River trying this boat. As we mentioned before, we want a boat that we can film out of it, that's quite stable, that we can take it to rivers, lakes, and on a good day, we can take it in Port Phillip Bay and catch some squid, some King George whiting, you name it. We look for something that Mima can launch on her own, that's light, that's easy, and at the same time, the most important bit is I already done on my Suzuki over 500 hours. I don't have that engine even 2 years now, but we use it a lot. So when we're going in the bay for small stuff and that, we can just use the small boat. If you look at Jerry's hairstyle, you can tell that this boat is quite fast. Anyway, first attempt to put it on the trailer, easy. Very simple, very easy. The best thing about it, you don't need a boat catch. You need a body stretch. You just stretch a little bit, access the winch, put the safety, and you're done. In no time, we were on our way back. I don't know if that song was footloose or screw loose, but something was loose in that car. So the very next day, Mima was at the Clifton Springs ramp, launching and retrieving the boat on her own. Well, with Chiquita.
I'm a happy fisherman woman.
And the next day, we put the boat to test.
So in the morning, 7 Mima take the boat, they go fishing, and I get squid this big, 2 of them. That's it. Then I take the boat after work, I get plenty King George whiting.
But what he forgets to mention is he gives us a boat with 1 liter of petrol in it. So when I realized that there is no petrol after launching, we obviously had to come back. No?
No, they should have checked.
I asked you and you said, yeah, there is plenty of petrol for you.
Plenty to start the boat. I didn't say you get
After
plenty
I
petrol
put
to
the
go far.
petrol in, he goes fishing and it's like, okay.
Yeah, so I
So
caught the
I
fish because they put petrol in it. Let's watch the
Exactly.
next video. This adventure is from last Tuesday, 18th of Feb 2025. And I took the Polly for a run. So I went around first. It's obviously after work. It's nearly 6 o'clock. So I tried Jackrabbit. I tried the Broken Palins at Clifton Springs. I tried 8 meters, 6 meters, 4 meters, and I end up at Clifton Springs in 2.5 meters where I found the fish. As you can see, I had 1 squid jig, 1 soft plastic, 1 ready Stinganosta, which obviously was set for whiting, King George whiting, and I had a ready Paternoster. And on Paternoster, I was getting pinkies, quite a few pinkies in this area. And on Tinganosta, I was getting King George whiting. My target was King George whiting, but pinkies dominated. So, and to be honest, the pinkies were not sized. They were undersized. There was plenty of them. And sometimes it's hard to fish when it's too many pinkies around. The preferred bite today was pippies with a little bit of squid on the end. Every time I would put pilchard on the hook, pinkies would just smash it. You can see here, I hold the King George whiting in my hand and I work it. As far as pinkies rod, don't worry about it. When they hit, they hit. And here, that's a proof. We got a pinky in no time. I didn't even have to work for it. While I was taking this pinky off, the King George whiting decided to go as well. When they go like that, you do know it's a quite decent fish. Because normally if they're smaller, they just nibble, and they pinch your bait in no time. So you have to actually try and catch them. But bigger fish, they just take it. They take the bite, you got no issues there, and they hook themselves up, to be honest. Well, we put this fish in the esky, then we had to attend to Pinky, throw it back in the water, and try again. If you look in the background, there is a house on the actual shore, and I'm not far from there. I'm just in front of that house, and as I say, it's about 2.5 to 3 meters of water, that's it. In meantime, I had a big smack, and this time it didn't shake as Pinky's would, and it definitely wasn't a King George whiting. So when I bring it in, it was a just nice size yucca. It's good to see all this variety that's happening at the moment, and that the bay is so healthy because lots of different species, and yeah, it's lots of fun to catch them. As the sun touched the horizon, I start to get very busy. Lots of pinkies, lots of yuccas, and some King George whiting. Some of them too small, so we had to put them back. But some of them really nice. It's fair to say that today I didn't film it just when we started. I caught the smallest King George whiting I ever seen. It was smaller than my little finger. Unreal. But then we caught some really nice ones in 40 plus centimeters. Definitely pippies was the number one bite. If I put squid or pilchard only, I would get pinky. But if I had pippy, King George whiting will smack us right away. When you're on your own trying to record and trying to catch fish, it's not easy, especially if you got two rods. One would nibble, you put the other one back, the other one takes off. It's like, what the heck is going on? But saying that, it's all fun. It's fun to catch fish, even if it's small pinky, catch, release, why not? It's just fun. One thing that wasn't so fun on this boat, it's I got a little bit cold. When I left, I looked at my overall, my windproof and rainproof overall, and I wanted to pick it up, but when I left, it was still hot, and I said, nah, I don't need that. So I left home only with the singlet, and I had the hood in my hand, lucky enough. But when the sun went down, I was still cold. Lucky enough, the fish was on. So I was busy, I was on the move, up, down, putting bait, taking the fish off. So I didn't just sit down, because I believed that I was just sitting down, I would be really cold. So I learned my lesson. My overall has to be in the boat, has to be with me. It's not pleasant, it's not actually a good feeling that you're out there and you're cold. You want to be comfortable, you want to be relaxed, and yeah, just catch fish. At this stage, pinkies went crazy. Doesn't matter what I did, what I put on the hook, pinkies would take everything. They kept me busy, but we were here to catch King George whiting. And by about 8:30, I say, everything stopped, pinkies turned on. So yeah, it was very hard to catch a King George. One more thing I can say, every year we were talking, small pinkies, that's great, because the following year they're going to be bigger, it's going to be more fish, and the amount of fish is around, it's amazing. But somehow the bigger fish leave the bay and the undersized one stay there. I would say nothing under 35 centimeters is worth keeping. It's still great to catch them, but I would say there is no pinkies on a dinner plate. Well, that was our first fishing trip with our new toy.
Well, during the holiday season, lots of people complained that they couldn't find the squid. So what we ended up doing is we moved away from the noise. We went a bit further out, and we managed to find the squid, actually.
We find some squid at Mud Island. So obviously Simon's Channel and the other side, the mussel farm, obviously had some squid there and we managed quite a few. Then we finished the Pinnacle Channel. I got a video that's coming up that I'm going to show you a nice gummy shark that I got and damage. I closed it. So my leg was actually, I ended up on antibiotics, but that's going to be in the next video. Let's watch this adventure at Mud Island. Summertime in Port Philippi, there is lots of activities, lots of noise, jet skis, boats, swimmers. A lot of things is happening all around the bay. So today's adventure starts with us launching at Queenscliff. We're gonna meet with our friend Brett Reeds at St. Leonard's just to try for some King George whiting. And after that, we're gonna go around Mud Island and try to find some squid. The conditions were magnificent. But when we got there and we met up with Brett, to be honest, we were a little bit late. The water was slack, so there was no flow. King George whiting just stopped. So we either stay here and wait for a couple hours or go and try for squid and then come back later. So I did give it a go, just to be fair, but yeah, unsuccessful. After about 10 minutes we left and we were on the way to Mud Island. Now this time we're fishing the Simon's Channel side of Mud Island in about 3 to 4 meters of water, and Mima managed to get the first squid on a clicks jig in yellow-green color. The squid was quite nice size, so we were very excited. So we were looking forward to get quite a few more of these. Then Mima gets the second squid on the same jig, but this time the squid was much smaller. Then everything slowed down. We were excited, but actually things were quite slow. I managed to get another one later on a Yamashita jig, which is red with yellow body, but that was it. So at this stage it was time to move on. We were on our way to Pinnacle Channel, Mud Island, and this time we're gonna try for gummy shark. But before I do that, I set up my Seaview gadget just to see the ground and see what's going underneath there. Over the years, Seaview helped us a lot to find a great grounds. It's not only to see the fish, because it makes no difference if you see the fish or not see the fish, but actually to work out the grounds so you know where you fish. If you're looking for sand ground or you're looking for grass patch, some corals, it's just amazing tool to have. At Pinnacle Channel, lots of things are happening. That channel, it's alive, but there is lots of small flatties, and then there is lots of Benja shark, Port Jackson sharks, there is rays like eagle ray, stingray, diamond ray, you name it. And you have to go through a lot of those until you catch one decent gummy shark. But it's all fun. You're there to fish, to enjoy the day and have a look. It's magnificent out here. We tried hard, but flatties were killing us. And this tool, it's the best. You want to have a flatty flicker. Doesn't matter what brand or whatever it is, it's easy to use and definitely will protect your hands. Then we got a gummy. It's a puppy. So doesn't matter. Mima was happy. It got it on a little Stinganoster rig, believe it or not, ready Stinganoster rig. And yeah, it's lots of fun on a light road. Those little buggers can give you some pepper. So give it a kiss and put it back in the water. I think Chiquita at this stage was looking at us and saying, you guys should be sleeping too, because there is not much good fish to catch here. Just before the sunset, it was time to pack up and go back. The view on the way back, it was just magnificent.
Well, using our sea view gadget, we do come across lots of cool, interesting stuff.
Yeah. Well, this time today we're gonna show you these worms. I don't know what they are at Mud Island. At Mud Island, we actually got so much footage to show you. We got beautiful footage coming up. We got gurnet, flatheads, octopus, squid, everything under the boat. It's just amazing footage. But today, these worms, we don't know what they are, tapeworms or whatever, because they look like bloody chickens. I don't know, it looks like a tape measure. And yeah, I was amazed when I seen it. So we're gonna share this with you. Guys, thanks again for all your support. People that purchase our t-shirts, caps, hoodies, overalls. Thank you heaps.
And once again, thank you for watching, and please consider supporting us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, liking and commenting.
See you next time.
I hope, I dream, I wish to catch a big fish, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman, and I do it when I can. I'm a happy fisherman.